The perfect example of why the MPAA just sucks in so many ways is the original scene in the movie when the kids got on the internet had to do with Cartman's mom a horse and them seeing that. And I'm sure you guys seen that. There's an internet thing that goes around that people have seen. That's, I mean, it's not even our idea. Like some actually is on the internet. So we took it and we did this thing, and it was you never really saw the screen, and it was pretty short, and they said you can't do that. So we went back and forth, and they wouldn't let us do it. So we put in this German video thing that I think is like much more depraved and much more.
And we made it 3 times long.
3 times long, and they were like, okay. And that happened. That happened every stage of the movie. Everything. People always ask us like, is there going to be outtakes of the movie, a director's cut with all the good stuff? And it's like the good stuff's all in there. Like every time they made us cut something, we put in something worse as a big middle finger to them, like, all right, watch this. And every time they'd okay it.
But the one quick thing I want to say, just because I know there's a lot of independent filmmakers out there, is the really scary thing, and this is scary, was we had done Orgasmo, which was totally, no company, no nothing. We just did it, and it had to get rated. The MPAA gave it an NC-17. And we said, okay, well, what can we cut back to give it an R? We needed it to be an R.
Yeah.
And we thought it was an R-rated movie. I mean, it's not, we purposely didn't put any sex in it. We didn't put any nudity in it. And they said, oh, well, we can't tell you what to cut out because that makes us a censorship group. And so we just need to tell you need to submit more cuts. And we're like, but that, you don't understand, we don't have the money. We can't afford to make any more cuts. Or we need to know exactly what to cut if we have to spend the money for an Avid again. And they were just like, we can't do that. We're sorry. It's just the way it is, NC-17. And when we submit the South Park movie, they gave it an NC-17. And we're on the phone, and there's some Paramount higher-ups on the phone, and they're like, okay, to the MPAA, now can you tell us why it got an NC-17? They're like, yes, starting with this shot here,
1, 2,
you
3,
can cut
4
this here.
list, yeah.
Starting with this shot here, you could move this, take this shot out, replace this word with this, and do that, and we can probably get you your R.
Yeah, it's
and we were
fucking
like,
scary.
what the f***? Because, and that's really what's scary, is the MPAA is in bed with all the studios, and they all have this relationship, and it's a very important relationship, but the independent filmmakers are the ones that just get f***ed because they don't care. They can just say NC-17.
Yeah, because the signatories pay their bills.
So
like New Line, before New Line was bought by Warner, they couldn't, MPAA, I mean, I've heard this from many different, now I'm going to out a bunch of people at New Line are getting pissed at me, but they said MPAA would not return their calls. Like, hey, what do we get on there? They wouldn't even return their calls. The day they became a signatory, the day they were bought by Warner's, they were like, hey, anyway, here's the problem with this movie, and blah, blah, just note. I mean, they send over notes. I mean, it's crazy. It's just absolutely unfair, especially to the, I mean, outside of our whole like other issue about censorship, but to the independent filmmaker, it discriminates against them. It violates all sorts of like fair trade policies and stuff. It's the big guys controlling the market and making the rules that even the little guys have to follow, and that's what's really scary about it.